Back onto the lead lap.
And then you can still have a shot at the win.
I know Kyle Busch is good on.
Will there be another yellow? Will rain get in the way? Stewart lined up third. Edwards fifth. 37 laps to go to decide the championship as the Ford 400 win. Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski lead the field to the restart. Stewart to the bottom, 3 wide for the race lead.
3 wide, you're bottom, still 3 wide.
Maybe 4 as the 99 comes down the back straightaway here.
Kyle Busch and Keselowski not giving in. Stewart by Busch. Here's Edwards trying to keep pace.
Oh, that's close.
Look at Stewart drive that car.
Wow.
Stewart by Keselowski to the lead.
That's 4 fresh tires working right there.
Edwards racing the 2 for second and trying to keep up. Big wiggle there on the 99. He's got to drop back in. Last night, Stewart and Edwards and Keselowski raced for the win of the Nationwide Series. Edwards has to pass Keselowski for second to tie, but Stewart has the tiebreaker. Edwards needs to pass Stewart on the racetrack to win the championship.
And Keselowski. Sure that Kyle Busch probably knew it was coming, but still couldn't stop it.
I think you go all the way back to Chicago when he made one of his comments. Been working for him.
Very well. Here comes Edwards.
Got to run. Looking for second place. Look at the hands inside that 99 car. Fighting for control into the corner.
All clear. Go get the 14 now.
Edwards to second. But he's got to track down Stewart. Remember, the tiebreaker belongs to Tony. Keselowski's not done with this yet.
I don't think he's got anything for him. It's down to these two to settle it. Winner take.
Still a long way to go. Just under 50 miles left in this race on this mile-and-a-half track. First and second, the top two. With some weather threatening out there on the radar. Will there be another caution back in the pack?
Take that here tonight.
Well, earlier this week in the press conference here on Thursday, Tony Stewart said he'd wreck his mother for a championship. Carl Edwards said, I'll race him like he races me. At least I know where I stand. So if Carl can catch him, who knows?
Well, Carl ran a
Got to be ahead of Stewart.
There is no tomorrow. This is it.
Stewart knows he's got to keep Edwards behind him. Look at that smoke boiling from behind that 99 car.
Well, he's up in it.
to get away with it and clean the track off and maybe find a little grip up there.
Man, look how close Carl Edwards is.
Moving around the racetrack, hunting for any place his car might have a little more grip.
He needs to be up to the wall right there.
Get a little more respect that lap.
There it is.
It's a live interval you see between the two here, and I've done this a long time.
9 laps to go. Edwards trying to edge in. He can bring a little bit more off Stewart that time. He's got to do better because he's got to catch it and then find a way around it.
You can hear he had to lift just a little bit.
Advantage for Stewart, but you can see that gap is now down to less than a second.
Black cars ahead of Stewart in the lane where he and Carl have been running, that outside lane of the racetrack.
Yeah, you have to think that they know what's going on here. They're going to give way, move to the inside.
The spotters are going to be...
Has Tony run this car too hard being out front? Are his tires going to give up some here?
Another couple of hundredths of a second off that lead. 31, 38 car, Travis Quapple. Stewart to their inside.
Tony's made his car work down there. I know that's not where he wanted to be right now. They're giving him plenty of room.
It's actually Mike Bliss in 71. And he's racing for something too. They're trying to get in the top 35 in points.
Now Carl has to deal with the traffic.
One thing that can do is you have to change what you've been doing. It can upset your rhythm just a little bit. Now, it didn't take long. It was basically just one and a half corners to then Tony can get that rhythm back and pull back weight. Now Paul's got him running side by side. This is the worst possible position.
Yeah, that might be what kills any chance he has to get up there.
Yeah, that had to break some momentum, but you can see he's still within a second.
Now the gap going again.
You know, Carl, if he could just get to the rear bump.
5 laps left, 5.
And try to force something here.
Well, it's going to take a mistake by Tony Stewart at this point in time. He's driving this thing on the edge this entire day.
I'm watching the Carl Edwards rotors are glowing red. He's just working every pedal in that car. In the corner last lap, you can see the left front rotor was glowing. See it there.
Oh, yeah. This isn't a place that you normally use a lot of brake, but Carl Edwards doing everything he possibly can to run Tony Stewart down.
Stewart adding to his lead, but more lap traffic ahead.
See that yellow
with the yellow stripe, signaling the leaders coming up behind you. A warning flag to the driver, not a mandatory flag, but a warning flag. So far, the late yellow has not come.
One driver is hoping it doesn't, and another one hopes it gets that opportunity.
You see the flag now, really waving that flag at these other competitors. So let these two race it out.
Montoya, Jeff O'Reilly yielding to the race leader. And Edwards running out of time.
I tell you, this has been one incredible drive in this chase by Tony Stewart. On his way to a 5th win out of 10 races. And that was only good enough to tie in points as it sits right now.
That's
But
just
those
how
5
good
wins.
Edwards has been.
Yes.
2 laps to go, 2.
3 miles left to go. Tony Stewart seeking his 3rd championship. Rallying back tonight from as far as 40th position. Kind of had the what me worry attitude earlier in the race.
Yeah, what an incredible job by the crew to repair that, Andy. That's not an easy place to make a change and fix a repair.
Yeah, they've overcome a lot tonight on pit road. They had a mistake, or actually a problem with their pit socket. They had a hole in the grill. But Tony Stewart
White
has
flag here,
driven
white
this car
flag.
to the front.
Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
It's just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this chase and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an owner driver, and he's going to become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it? We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job. Derek. You guys are all.
Said in August, his team would just be taking up space in the championship. They weren't
everything that he had there at the end. And the entire chase, never finishing worse than 11th in a race for 10 races.
A tie on points. The tiebreaker decides the championship. The tiebreaker is most wins.
Fans wanted it to be about wins. Tony Stewart went out and gave them exactly what they were looking for. Just an incredible run.
Did I make it exciting enough?
You made it exciting enough for us, Vince.
A tearful Darian Grubb holding his son Gavin here, celebrating the victory. Darian, you told me earlier today that nothing has changed in your team. You've just gotten the brakes to go your way in the chase. Tonight, you made your brakes. You repaired the car. You fought back from different challenges. You gambled on fuel. How did you guys do it tonight?
We just fought. This entire Office Depot Mobil 1 team is incredible. We just didn't give up. We kept fighting. We went out and earned this championship and showed we're true champions.
Darian, you've been through a lot of adversity. What's this championship mean to you?
It means the world, but my family means a lot more to have him here with me.
Congratulations.
Darian Grubb from Floyd, Virginia. Came to be known to most of us when Chad Knaus was suspended during a Daytona Speed Weeks a few years ago. Darian
Took some huge gambles, too. I mean, that fuel mileage gamble was big, and it really, ended up paying off for him.
was risky.
It was very risky, but actually it's what got him the track position.
And for Carl Edwards, he led the most laps tonight. He came up one spot short and loses the championship on a tiebreaker. Jamie?
I imagine there's a lot of people around this country who agree with Dale Jarrett that was one of the most exciting championship races we've ever seen. What's going through your mind right now is all I can ask you after that effort.
Let me thank my sponsors first. Aflac, Ford, Kellogg's, Subway, Scott's, Sprint, all the fans. But this night is about Tony Stewart. Those guys rose to the occasion. They beat us fair and square. That is all I had at the end. My guys did a really good job. I mean, we came here, we sat on the pole, we led the most laps, and Tony still managed, him and Darian to do a good job with their strategy, come out in front of us, and that's it. That's all I got at the end. That's as hard as I can drive. So I told my wife, if I can't win this thing, I'm going to be the best loser NASCAR has ever had. So I'm going to try really hard to keep my head up and know that we'll just go next year. We're going to be just as hard to beat next year, just as hard the year after that. But I just hope everybody's proud of the way we performed and our effort. I appreciate everyone's support, all the folks that helped me get to this position. And I wish so bad we had that trophy, but it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
Carl, you've had to drive that hard multiple times in your career, but for 40 laps, looking at the target ahead of you. What was that like from the cockpit?
I mean, it was good because I could see what Tony was doing, and I mean, I tried all sorts of stuff, and I mean, that's as hard as I can drive that race car, and that's it. So, I said before this thing started, I'm going to give my best performance, and I'm going to be happy with that. I'm not quite happy with it, but this is what we got. We'll make the most of it, and I can tell you one thing: if we're in this position again next year, those guys better watch out, because that was a lot of work to stay calm and to stay focused and perform the best we can. I learned a ton. And
the patience. Great job. Valiant effort by Carl Edwards. Brings it home second in the points.
Reacting to Carl Edwards' thoughts, a valiant effort, but he has to be heartbroken.
Yeah, and it'll hit even more tomorrow and in weeks to come. But he's, just as he said, he did everything he possibly could. He just, unfortunately, ran into a buzzsaw with Tony Stewart and this race team and winning 5 races. Who thought it was going to happen?
Tony Stewart provides us our Goodyear winning moment. 5 wins in the 10 races in this chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. The tiebreaker was wins on the season, and that was the difference between Stewart and Edwards after these 10 races.
And if that's not an emphasis on winning, I don't know what is.
Exactly right. Particularly over the last 3 weeks, these two raced for the lead, raced for the win in these races. Just tremendous.
Neither one of them ever finishing worse than 3rd in these last 3 weeks.
It's the first time in the history of the sport we've had a tie for the championship in points.
Tony Stewart tonight, Carl Edwards talking about giving it all he had. Tony Stewart passed 76 cars in this race tonight.
He certainly earned it, didn't he?
Every time he got to the front, He got shuffled to the back.
That's a true champion right there.
Well, it's over tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway, and truly a classic championship fight. Resulted in a truly classic championship finale where you had to win the race to win the title. Tony Stewart did it. Making his way to a familiar sight along the front stretch of this racetrack where twice before he celebrated winning a championship. Eddie Jarvis, Tony's longtime business manager.
They have a great relationship. It was the two of them that put this deal, made it happen, put it together, really took a chance in moving away from Joe Gibbs Racing to go start and make this race team work.
And you see the scene in Victory Lane presented by Napa as the liquids begin to fly. And what a scene it is in the middle of that whole championship crowd.
Tony Stewart just beat a guy that has the best average speed anybody's ever had in the chase, 4.9. He beat Carl Edwards.
Ryan Newman, Tony's teammate and employee, if you will, at Stewart Haas Racing. And not to forget Gene Haas, who, having fielded the Nascar Sprint Cup team for several years, needed something to take it to the next level. He offered Tony Stewart a 50% partnership in the team.
Got a good deal.
They're champions.
Yeah, Rick Hendrick had a lot to do with making all of this happen, getting the two parties together, helping make everything work, assuring Tony that he would get a tremendous amount of support with this race team from Hendrick Motorsports.
Look at that scene. So much fun. And you heard these fans roar their approval. Everybody waiting while Tony Stewart gathers his thoughts and gets ready to go. And the most disappointed, the people who came up just short, talking it over, Bob Osborne and Carl Edwards.
You know, sometimes you just get beat, and that's all that these guys can say. We gave it everything. Carl said he gave it everything. He has a driver. They had a great race car. The engine performed flawlessly. Just sometimes somebody else is a little bit better.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 NASCAR Sprint Cup champion, Tony Stewart. Wow, what a performance tonight. And what better way, Tony, for the closest chase in NASCAR Sprint Cup history to finish. Tony, two of NASCAR's heavyweights. Tony Gibson coming over. Two of NASCAR's heavyweights going toe-to-toe, head-to-head, the final laps, and you won it in the championship. What's the emotion right now?
Oh, God, thank the Lord for this one, buddy. Man, I'm telling you, it's been a tough summer and a tough fall for us, and you got to believe in something. And the man upstairs, and he held this rain off just long enough for us to get this job done. So this is for Sprint and all these fans up here that stuck it out all weekend here in Homestead. And, oh, my God. I don't care how long it rains. I'm going to be up all night. This is, oh, my God. Are you kidding me? For Office Depot, for Mobile One, Chevrolet, U.S. Army, Tornadoes, Quicken Loans, GoDaddy, Ritz, Oreos, Coca-Cola, just everybody that's a part of the Stewart Haas program. Mac Tools, we couldn't do it without you guys. It's just unbelievable. I mean, we said all week we just go out and win the race. We didn't have to worry about what he did, and that's what we did. And just if this doesn't go down as one of the greatest championship battles in history, I don't know what will.
Let's talk about tonight. In the first 100 laps, Tony, you had to go from back to front twice. 3 and 4 wide passes on the restarts as Jeff Gordon comes up to congratulate him. And then the gamble on fuel. How concerned were you that maybe there were just too many obstacles to overcome after all you were having to battle tonight?
This team, there's one thing I learned when Gene Haas and Joe Custer gave us this opportunity, and our good buddy Rick Hendrick, and I couldn't do it without you, Bud, and everybody at Hendrick Engines and Chassis. That there's no quit here. And Darian Grubb, that man up there, and everybody on this team has just dug deep and never given up. And this is an awesome night. Eddie Jarvis, Prep Food, everybody at Stewart Haas Racing. I've got the best team in the business, and it's just awesome. I'm so grateful to be able to do this for Gene Haas, because this man's invested a lot in this sport, and for him to have the faith in me to do this, just it takes a lot to do what he's done, and I'm glad I can get this done for him.
Talk about people that have meant a lot to the sport. That number 14 belonged to your hero and friend A.J. Foyt. He said you can take the number but drive it with the tenacity of a Texan. Tonight, you won a championship the way he won it, up on that wheel, refusing to lose. What does it mean to you to take this number, his number, back to a championship stage?
I guarantee I'll probably talk to him tonight, and he's still going to tell me what I did wrong today, but I'm so proud. I mean, A.J.'s always been one of my heroes, and he's been very supportive of this when we did this, and when I asked him if it would be all right.
The championship trophy. Here is the president of NASCAR, Mike Helton.
I think Tony's busy playing with somebody that understands him better than we do, but we'll get him over here in just a second.
Okay, we'll get Tony over here, giving Darian a hug and holding Darian's young son. And there's a bond here that goes beyond crew chief and driver. The emotion, the gamble that Darian made, to give Tony a chance to be able to hang on with fuel mileage and win a championship. And now Tony will hand him back. And now, Tony, here's a presentation of the championship trophy.
Tony, on behalf of all of NASCAR, congratulations isn't enough. What you and Carl did all through the chase, but what both of you did tonight, and the way you drove that race car tonight all the way to the finish, to the winner's circle, to the 2011 championship, congratulations, and we're going to be honored to celebrate with you out in Vegas here in a couple of weeks. Congratulations, bud.
And now to present the championship check, and it is a big one. Please welcome the Chief Financial Officer of Series title sponsor Sprint, Joe Utenauer. Joe?
Tony, you've proven again why you're considered one of the top drivers in all of motorsports. We'd like to congratulate you on your third win on the NASCAR Sprint Motor Cup Sprint Series, and congratulate you on your first win as an owner. And congratulations to the entire 14 team. And I'd like to present you, on behalf of Sprint and all of its 40,000 employees, this check for over $5.6 million.
Stewart getting a check for $5.6 million, celebrating on the stage. And Tony, with this championship, you become only the 9th driver in 7 decades of NASCAR racing to win 3 or more championships. That means you're the best of the best, my friend.
I couldn't do it without this guy beside me, Gene Haas, and everyone at Haas Automation. They've been a great group to work with.